What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the warehouse series. So we're going to get right into this video because it is very long. It is a small case order, so it's going to take some time to do. If this is too long for you guys, please let me know in the comment section below. Like I said, this is all small cases, and I tried to film as much as possible. And this was a very big order. It was like 200 and some cases on 2 pallets. I actually ended up turning this up in for a pickup order. This is the same morning of the other order that I did. And as you can see, I'm just starting off here with smaller cases, trying to get things established here. Long cases in the middle. I like putting the long skinny cases in the middle, and just trying to get something going here. When you start off with a bunch of small cases, and my phone just turned. I apologize for that. But we are going to keep going, obviously. So, working on my back corner right there. I was fortunate. The last order I did that I showed you guys, I had a bunch of people around me at the beginning of it. This one here, I was lucky. I really don't have anybody around me during this order, so it was nice. So right here, guys, like I said, anytime I do that, I put a case down next to something, I put another case down, I realize nothing else is going to fit there. I like spacing out my cases. I like spacing out my bottom layer, or any layer for that matter. It takes half a second to move that case to make sure it's spaced out so I don't have any large gaps and I have equal gaps. Those little milks that I put in the middle, love sticking them in the middle because they're annoying, to be honest with you. So that peanut butter I put down, I was going to stick it on the right side of the pallet, and then I was like, you know what? I need to fill in a small case, needs to go on the small gap over there. As you can see, my right side of my pallet has more space, so why would I take up that with a peanut butter? I stuck it on the other side, and there you go. I have a nice big hot sauce I can stick on that side now. I hope that makes sense. So just a smaller case is sticking it on the smaller side of the pallet. You'll see on this order too, just like any small case order I get, I move cases around a lot. I move cases around a lot. I want it perfect. I want it as perfect as I could possibly get it. Guys, while you're watching this, if you guys could please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy watching, my videos and you like these unedited case by cases. Remember, I could always go back to editing some of it if these get to be too long. But people seem like they like the unedited versions of these. But if you could subscribe to the channel, I appreciate it. Leave comments, give me a thumbs up on my videos. I really appreciate it, guys. If you don't like my videos, you could give me a thumbs down as well. So right here, once again, guys, what I say is that if I don't have anywhere to stick that peanut butter, I like to move it to the next layer up. So this right here, so I actually picked my camera up here and I come show you. I was just explaining on one of my videos that if you have a high side and a low side, now we're gonna come to this peanut butter after the video's over so I can explain that real quick. But if you have a high side and a low side, you want to switch it. So if I have a high, case and a low case, and then I get another high case, low case, I want to rotate them so it evens it out. I hope that makes sense. I was trying to explain that in another video, that, swapping cases around, you get that level playing field. And I did that with those 2 GIFs, or 2 different size cases, 2 different heights, and all what I did was realize if I switch them around, then I'm going to have a level corner, and I did. Right there, guys, just trying to keep moving forward. Cases aren't working right now, so I just set them down and I'll move them later. Like I said, guys, too long, I could always edit out the travel like I did before in the videos, but if you feel like you could watch these videos, like I said, this would probably be the longest that I would ever do a video because it's the smaller cases. You know, obviously bigger cases are not going to take that long, but smaller cases, you know. There you go, guys. I have two cases that are the same, so I try to keep them together. I always try to keep my same like cases together. And you'll start seeing the same concept like I do in all my videos. Once I start establishing some type of base, all my small cases are in the middle with that cross and T I talk about all the time, and all the other cases are pointing inwards. I just like pointing cases inwards and staggering them when I can. So right here, I'm going to throw that box over there. It's like I'm trying to get this front to work for me. And I think I got something that's going to work out for me. I'm like sitting there planning on what I want right there. I'm saying to myself, I need a bigger case to support that white case in the middle. So that's my next goal, is to try to get something to support that white case a little bit more because it's leaning. But you could see my tall, skinny cases, I like sticking them in the middle. I do move cases a lot. Like I'll put this case down here and I move it a little bit later because it's a light case. And then I got a heavier case that comes up. Our warehouse is not slotted, very selector friendly. You know, it's okay, but it's not the greatest. Like that peanut butter that I had in the back that I rotated, you're going to see that I get one like 5 minutes from now. I don't understand why they're not together, but it's just the way it is. And like you could see, I got heavy cases, and then I'm getting light cases, and then I'm going to start getting heavy cases again. It just makes no sense to start in this part of the warehouse on this concept of light and heavy, light and heavy. That's why I keep moving cases around, because I don't want to crush them. Like right here, I got a heavy jars, you know, and I didn't want to put it right on top of that case. I didn't like, they're jellies, but I didn't want the case to be wobbling around too much in the middle. Yeah, this one here, I don't even need it. I realized that, okay, I don't even need this. That's the wrong case. So I grabbed the correct case. No, I don't. I don't need this case either. So I'm going to pick that case up. You ever do that, guys? You ever keep selecting the wrong item? And then I finally get the right case here. It gets a little frustrating sometimes. Like you swear you hear something and it's not what you heard. I do that a few times on this order. Once again, guys, I get that big flat box. I immediately think of a corner. It's a bigger flat, I think it's like Miracle Whip or something like that. I get a bigger flat box and I immediately think of the corner. And there you go. I'm going to try to squeeze that in there with the low inside, high corner. I believe that's another peanut butter I put down there, something heavier. I try to get it towards the bottom, a couple peanut butters. As you can see, guys, case is pointing inwards. I'm not trying to tie anything in. I'm trying to get to a point where I could do that, but as of right now, I'm just sticking to what I'm doing. I realized that would level out my middle, so I put that there. So I went from heavy cases to light cases to heavy cases. Now I'm back in the light cases again. It gets pretty annoying. So when you have these type of orders, they are definitely a struggle. I'm going on to the next style here. You're going to see me start trying to fill in the gaps in the middle too. I try to wedge cases in between my gaps that are on the left and right side of that Hershey's in the middle, right there. Sometimes they don't always work. It's just enough to give it a little cushion so I don't have stuff rocking. I don't get that middle section rocking as much. So I like to stick little cases sideways in there just because I know they're not going to get damaged or anything. Yeah, right here. It's just not working out for me, so I'm going to start moving stuff around. Honestly, guys, I could even add music to this instead of me talking. So, like I said, let me know in the comment section below. I'm always looking to improve. I got a heavy case there. I think of perimeter. You know, I always thinking like I need that heavy case on the perimeter. I would never stick that case in the middle. It's got weight and it will be enough to rock my column. And that's how people's insides start like rocking and falling and pushing their outsides, is they put light cases on the outside and heavy cases on the inside. And you don't want to do that. But like I said, guys, I could not talk through these. I could play music through them and you could just watch me select. The reason why I don't have the volume turned on in the video is because you hear the intercom come on, they say people's names that work in my warehouse. I'm trying to keep this as discreet as possible. And I don't think you want to hear me say again about 400 times. There goes one of those milks again. Would have been nice to have that to match up with the other milk. So I'm going to have my thumbs up coming up pretty soon because the person behind me is going to be getting pretty close. And like I said, I try not to show anybody in the video and have people's names and stuff in there. I'm just trying to keep this to myself. Yeah, see, I try a couple different places and I'm like, yeah, it's matches up with that. I'm just going to put it there. And so I got those two high C's on top of each other and I do plan on using them later. I automatically think a corner, like I could use those on a corner together. And I'm trying to picture where I'm going to put them. So I know I'm not going to keep them there. You actually see them rocking because they got some weight to them, but I'm actually going to move them. That's the stuff that I do, guys. I put stuff down and I have an idea where I want to move it to at a later time once I get my corner established. But you can see I keep going in the same direction. I do not change the way I do my each layer. I don't, I keep going in the same direction. Cross and T in cases facing towards the middle. You see every single one of my orders do the same thing. Light cases that I can't really do nothing with, just going to stick them as a wedge. They're my wedge to help keep my center column from rocking. I do the same thing every order with those smaller cases. I got two cases that are the same, so I made sure I put them on the corner. And this camera really likes to rotate back and forth. I haven't clipped onto my box. I don't understand why it's moving like that. Right there, guys, I got a bigger case, and I like bigger cases on the corner. Immediately thought I could just move that case, and now I have a place to put these two high C's at because I leveled off that corner. Now I could tie in that corner with those high C's. So if I have a big flat case, why would I waste it anywhere else? I want it on my corner, especially when you have order like this with a bunch of smaller cases. See, guys, just see how I move that case? I center everything. If I put a long case down, then I know I need to center it. So I center the case, and it's just the way I do things all the time. Always center cases and gaps. I don't want the case to be off too far to the one side, and then I go to put another case there, and then it has too big of a gap. I always try to even out my gaps on every layer that I possibly can. Unfortunately on this order, like I said, I left this for a pickup order. I forgot to take photos of this order when I was done with it. So what you're seeing on the video is all you're going to see. I was a little irritated with that after I was done with it. I thought I took pictures of it at a later time and I realized that I didn't. So this, I selected for 2 hours on pre-shift. I selected the last order that you guys seen last week, and I selected this order on pre-shift. They were my only 2 orders I did in 2 hours, and I ended up getting 109% on the 2 orders, just to give you guys an idea. But I mean, what are we in here? We're in about 15 minutes into the video right now, and there's gotta be, I don't know, if I had to guess, there's gotta be close to 100 cases on that pallet. Maybe between 70 to 100 cases on that pallet. So I'm moving at a decent pace. I'm not breaking any records, but I'm moving at a decent pace. And I also, even though I knew from the start of this, I knew it was going to be a pickup order, I wanted to leave a presentable order for the next person that's picking up this order. I don't care if I know I'm going to have a pickup order or not. I'm still going to try to leave it presentable so the next person's not struggling trying to make their times. That Jif peanut butter up top is the one I was talking about. That would have matched one of my ones that were down lower on the pallet. So right here, I start getting a bunch of those little white jellos, and I think that's what I fill my middle in with, if I remember correctly. Yeah, these jellos right here, I'm going to start getting a bunch of those, and I'm going to squeeze them in that middle section. Right there, once again, guys, 2 cases that line up. First thing I think of is corner. Anytime I see 2 cases that are going to line up and I got a surface to put them on, I think corner. Immediately think corner. And you could see how the cans on the right side are almost level with the high C's and that on the left side. So I know I'm pretty almost even going across that top now. And now my goal is to try to get the middle to equal those 2 if I can. If not, then I just keep stacking up. There you go, right there. I'm going to try to fill in this gap here. I was like, oh, nope, they're all light boxes. These jellos are light. I really don't like to build on them, so why not just keep them all together? I know they're in the middle of my pallet. They're longer cases, and they crush easy, so just let's keep them together, and I won't have to worry about building on them. I do end up moving my phone up higher on the jack in a little bit so you guys could see more of what I'm doing. Right here, once again, I grabbed the wrong case. It's why we have check digits and why we have that Vocollect on our head to help prevent misselects. Remember, guys, if you're new to the channel, you can join Discord and you can send me your pictures privately or within the public chat rooms over there, however you like, and I could try to help you stack your pallets. I see a lot of new people joining Discord and a lot of new people stumbling onto my channel, so if you're interested in that, yeah, just join Discord. It's free. I will never charge for Discord. You guys can come over and start chatting with everybody. We have well over 200 people over there, and they're from all over the world. It's a pretty unique Discord over there, especially if you plan on staying in a warehouse for a while. Definitely people helping each other out over there. So basically my jello in the middle, I tell you whenever we get a new high, I did move my phone up right there. When I get a new high, I'm trying to equal that new high as much as I possibly can. So that's what I'm going to try to do is equal. I'm going to try to get my 2 corners to equal that jello in the middle. Obviously the thumbs up is because I got somebody coming up behind me. So right there, guys, corner, I see 2 cases I have the same and I have a chance to tie in that corner, and that's what I do. So I use cases on my palette multiple times. If I put it somewhere and I see it's going to work better somewhere else, I do it. I'm not afraid to move cases around on my order. That's that. The set it and forget it mentality. Yeah, you want to do that when you can, but on these smaller case orders, they're definitely harder to do. But like my last order, when I had all those cans in the beginning, there's no reason to move those cans around because it's pretty self-explanatory that, you know, I'm going to be getting all the same product and it's going to be easier to build, where this is not as easy to build because I'm getting all cases that are different sizes. So right there, guys, my corner got a new high. That's what I do. I try to equal, but if I don't, I got to keep moving forward. So now my cheese whiz on the right side of this palette is my new high, and that's what I'm going to try to equal. We have about 4 minutes and 50 seconds left on this, just to give you an idea. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left on the video. I know it's a longer video. I appreciate you guys watching. And I had someone mention something about on the last video about the ads. Yeah, I mean, the ads is part of being monetized, and that's what helps me create revenue for doing this channel. You do not have to watch the ads. You know, that's something. I always put skippable ads on there. I will never have an ad on there that you can't skip, but it's much appreciated. So right here, guys, what do you see? Perfect cross down the middle. All right, so you see the middle of my cross going down the middle of the palette, and you see all my other cases pointing towards the middle. Same thing every time. This is my system. This is what I'm telling you guys to do. When I say to learn to build your palettes, this is what I'm talking about. You need to learn what is the best for you. What is the best system? I don't care what products I have the same concept in my head all the time. This is how I want to build. So here you go. I equaled my cheese whiz. I saw that another case on my palette is what I needed, so I just moved it. That's how, when people say, how do you get your palettes so level all the time? How do you get them looking so good? That's why, because I'm not afraid to move cases around. If I see something that's going to work, I'll move it around. And like I said, guys, I don't select every day like you guys. You know, I'm not sitting here trying to break records and get 130, 140% on my orders. I am literally trying to get a little bit over 100%, and I'm satisfied with that. So I'd rather build a good palette than get a high score. That's just the way I am. So you could see I'm probably, up to my stomach on this palette, and I'm probably I think I come up, I'm finally getting ready to, now I've tied in my corners. Now I'm going to try to tie in the middle section with my corners is what I'm looking to do now. And I told you in Produce Warehouse, sometimes you don't get that until the last layer. Well, right here coming up, I get to tie this palette in with the middle of the palette soon. And unfortunately, I think that's where my video stops because I was getting ready to turn this order in. It's getting close to my starting time on my shift, so I have to turn this order in and put it as a pickup order. But you could see my palette is almost level. That's what I shoot for. I shoot to get, I mean, look at that. I mean, like the whole palette is equal in that cheese whiz I told you about. I'm finally starting to get the equal high that I had. And it's getting very close. Now here I get these doles. Now in my headset, I'm saying, I'm talking in my headset, and I'm seeing that I got more doles coming up. So I'm actually going to move that because I'm going to throw it up in the front of my palette. So we got 1:23 left in this video. Right here, I start getting more of those cases. So this is where I'm going to tie in. I'm going to start tying in the front, or I'm sorry, the corner to my, I apologize again. This is where I'm going to start tying in the middle of my pallet to the corner. So I'm going to move all these over. And then since I have quite a bit going one direction, I get more of these. So I'm going to actually stack straight on top. Now, there's people that would get 4 more of these doles and they would start spreading them around their pallet. I am going to stack them together. I like keeping my light cases together. So I'm not going to move them all over my pallet. I'm actually going to start stacking them right on top of the pallet, or the doles that are already there. So right here, I start moving them up. I put that right behind there, and I'm going to start getting more. I think I actually end, yeah, I end with these 2 cases right there. And that's it, guys. That's the end of the video. Very long video. So the only thing I want to talk about is this right here. So these peanut butters right here, what I was saying is when you have a high case and a low case, and then you get another high case and low case, you don't want to stick it in the same direction, or you're going to even have a bigger gap. Rotate them, switch them out, and that's what I did with the peanut butter. You could see that there is a high and a low, and then I took the higher peanut butter and the lower peanut butter and made it level again. Just keep stuff like that in your mind. Keep, just always thinking of stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys hanging for me for this long. Subscribe to the channel, all that, guys. I'm not going to hold you any more longer. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.